Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I am going to talk about a brand new live action He-Man film. So get your sword and be ready to protect the power of Grayskull.
Time after time you try to take this castle, but you will never succeed, Skeletor.
Call your champions.
By the power of Grayskull.
I have the power!
So let's do a little recap here if you don't know what He-Man is and the Masters of the Universe. So He-Man is a superhero and the protagonist of the Sword and Planet Masters of the Universe franchise. So yes, which includes a toy line, several animated television series, comic books and a feature film. He-Man is characterized by his superhuman strength and in most variations is the alter ego of Prince Adam. He-Man and his friends attempt to defend the secrets of Castle Grayskull on the planet Eternia and the rest of the universe from the evil forces of his arch nemesis Skeletor. He-Man is the twin brother of She-Ra. There we go, which is really interesting. She-Ra, if you don't know her, She-Ra, also known as Adora, is a fictional superheroine in the Master of the Universe franchise. She is introduced as the protagonist of the 1985 filmation series She-Ra, Princess of Power, which obviously reveals her to be the long-lost twin sister of He-Man. She-Ra again appears in 2018 in the reboot She-Ra and the Princess of Power. So there we go, which is very interesting. Alright, the character was created, obviously He-Man was created by designer Mark Taylor, who based the character on his childhood drawings. One of Taylor's designs was used by Mattel designer Roger Sweet in his pitch to Mattel for a new action line. Sweet also chose the name He-Man and suggested that it have a twist action waist. Sweet sculpted and presented 3 different versions of the figure to Mattel, including a soldier, a spaceman and a barbarian. The barbarian version was chosen and developed into the character's current form. Afterwards, Sweet was taken off the project and Taylor was assigned principal design duties. So, obviously, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, I guess primarily is a toy series. You know, they make action figures for kids. But obviously the television series Masters of the Universe, or He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, rapidly increased the selling of Mattel's toys and was a hit success in the 1980s, gaining 9 million viewers in the first year in the US alone and being broadcast in at least 37 countries. The massive success of the series led to a feature-length film in 1985, He-Man and She-Ra, The Secret of the Sword, from the same production team, and shared a continuity spin-off sister series She-Ra, like I talked about, the Princess of Power. There was also a prime-time hour-long Christmas special, He-Man and She-Ra, a Christmas special. Since his creation, He-Man often attracted attention for his perceived homoeroticism. Yeah, with critics and academics recognizing the gay subtext surrounding his character. Following the airing of the original cartoon, He-Man has become a gay icon and amassed an LGBT following, particularly among gay men. That's interesting. That's a fun fact that I didn't even know. So Wikipedia, you mad man, because you actually learned me something today, which is interesting. I mean, yeah, He-Man looks, well, skinny. I mean, he doesn't really wear a lot, right? So he only wears boots, a little chest piece, and like his underpants. So that's a bit, oh well, that's a bit too much revealing, but whatever, man. It's He-Man. He's the ghost. So now that I talked about a little background information of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, let's talk about the Masters of the Universe 2026 film. Masters of the Universe is an upcoming American superhero film based on Mattel's franchise of the same name. So yes, they're going to capitalize on this film, obviously with toys. So the film is directed by Travis Knight from a script by Chris Butler. And let's see, do I know something about Travis Knight here? He worked on Paranorman, The Box Trolls. Alright, that's Mr. Link also. Alright, that's interesting, that's good. Alright, that's interesting. Fair enough. Okay, the film is directed by Travis Knight, like I said, from a script by Chris Butler. It stars Nicholas Galit Zane as Prince Adam, aka He-Man, a man who returns to his home planet Eternia to save it from the evil forces of Skeletor. And the funny thing is, Skeletor is going to be played by Jared Leto in this film, which is an interesting casting choice, but I think it would actually work out in a way. I think Jared Leto has this iconic face. I mean, he kind of looks, I mean, suspicious in a way, you know? I think that's interesting. Camila Mendes, Alison Brie, Idris Elba, Morena Baccarin, Johannes Hooker, Johansson, Shashir Zamata, James Perafoy, and Charlotte Riley also star. Masters of the Universe is scheduled to be released in the United States on the 5th of June 2026, so in a year, which is really nice, by Amazon MGM Studios. So the premise of the film: 10-year-old Adam Glenn crash lands on his mother's home planet Earth, separating him from his ancestors' power sword of Grayskull. 2 decades later, he takes his sword back and takes on the mantle of He-Man as he battles for his home planet Eternia against the evil forces of Skeletor. The thing is, I think with most of these toy line figurines, they kind of make this live action film based upon like, oh, what if this toy character came to life? And I think they outdone that already in Hollywood. Like Barbie was the same premise. Like Barbie, I suppose a real woman from Barbie Land went to the real world, you know, our real world, which, you know, totally changes her perspective on life and stuff like that. I think the Smurfs also did that. And which other series or which other films hasn't done that? I think, yeah, there are a lot of films actually who do that. So yeah, you know, that might be a bit of a difficulty there, but hey, we'll see how it works out, right? I hope it works out and it will be a good film. But anyway, I'm really excited because He-Man is this character that a lot of people from around like 30-40 years old know him, you know, obviously from the character, and he was a big icon in the 80s. I think his popularity became less and less throughout the years, especially like my generation doesn't really know what He-Man is. Unfortunately, like She-Ra was also this Netflix show, and I think a lot of kids most likely know that show than they know like He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. But obviously we had this Netflix not Netflix live action show, but we had this Netflix animated show about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. So He-Man Revelation, it's called. I really liked that series. I really enjoyed that, yeah. Actually, I think it had a great cast and the stories were actually nice. Animated He-Man is very interesting. Like, this show looks perfect. Like, it's like inspired by some kind of anime style. I don't know, like some colors are oversaturated and, you know, the reactions are sometimes too much. But hey, I think it worked out because, you know, yeah, the animated TV series from Netflix was really worth it, so you should really check that out if you like He-Man and like the story, obviously. But let's talk about the cast of the upcoming live action movie. Nicholas Galitzine, hopefully I pronounced that right, as Prince Adam Glenn / He-Man, descendant of King Devon Grayskull. Camila Mendes as Teela, captain of the guards, man-at-arms, adoptive daughter, and He-Man's sergeant. So that's really interesting. Obviously, Camila Mendes is mostly known for her role in Riverdale and Palm Springs and The Perfect Date and all of these other romantic films and series. And the thing is, like, I already saw like behind the scenes pictures of her, and holy shit, you guys, I'm excited.
Yes, he be liking the redheads.
Yes, all jokes aside, I think hopefully she's going to nail the role because Teela is this warrior. And, you know, I think Camila Mendes might do that brilliantly. I haven't seen her role, obviously, or her character in Riverdale yet. I haven't seen Riverdale yet, so that's a bit of a bummer for me. But I really want to see her acting chops, I guess. So there we go. All right, Jared Leto as Kaldor / Skeletor, leader of the evil warriors. And obviously, He-Man's nemesis, right? And Randor's half-brother, which is interesting. We also have Alison Brie as Professor Evelyn Powers / Evelyn, the startly sorceress and Skeletor's lieutenant who poses undercover as a professor at Adams College. Idris Elba as Duncan slash Man-at-Arms, inventor, He-Man's lieutenant, and Teela's adoptive father, which, alright, which is really nice. I think that's the most essential casting. We obviously have, let's see here, we have Sam C. Wilson as Cronus slash Trapjaw. Oh boy, this is Hapfor Julius Bjornsson as Goatman. Okay, Koyo Ata as Triclops. Morena Bakarin as the sorceress of Castle Grayskull and Teela's biological mother. Oh right, yeah, Morana Bakarin is from Deadpool, right? Morena Salva de Vaseta Bakarin. Alright, that's her full name. So there we go. Johannes Akkar Johansson as Malcolm slash Fisto. Shazir Zamata as Susie, Adam's best friend. James Purefoy as King Randor slash co-ruler of Eternia, Merlana's husband and Adam's father. Charlotte Riley as Queen Merlina Glenn, ex-astronaut from Earth, co-ruler of Eternia, Randor's wife and Adam's mother. And John Xi Zhang as Ram Man. Obviously very interesting. So, alright, let's talk about the production and the development of this live-action film. So, a new He-Man film directed by John Woo was reportedly being developed in 2007, but despite many rumors circulating the internet regarding the film's production, status and casting, the project was never officially greenlit. The film rights to He-Man have reportedly since reverted to Mattel. In 2009, Sony Pictures Entertainment took over the rights for Warner Bros. Pictures to produce the live-action adaptation after Mattel and producer Joel Silver, who was previously involved with a potential film, couldn't agree on creative direction for the film. So there we go. In April 2010, Sony hired screenwriters Mike Finch and Alex Litvak to draft a new script. Warner announced that John Stevenson would direct the upcoming feature in 2009. It was announced that the scripting duties had been handed to Evan Daughtery, with Stevens still attached to direct. In late 2012, it was reported that John M. Chu was in talks to direct the film. Original He-Man actor Dolph Lundgren did an interview with IGN about a possible role in the film as King Randor. In October 2012, Richard Wank was hired to rewrite the script for the film. Obviously, that also never happened. In January 2014, Schmooze No reported that Joe Cornish, Ryan Johnson, Andreas Muschietti, Kirk D'Amico, and Chris Sanders and Phil Lord and Christopher Miller were named as frontrunners to direct the film. The following month, it was reported that directors Michael Cahill, Jeff Wadlow, Harold Zwart, and Chris McKay were on the shortlist to direct. In April, they updated that Wadlow would direct the film, while the Hollywood Reporter announced that he was rewriting the script. In 2015, it was announced that Christopher Yost had been hired to rewrite the film. In January 2016, Deadline reported that MCG would direct the film and would also oversee a rewrite of the latest script by Finch and Litvak, as well as Devon Franklin, and added as producer. So many years passed, obviously. In January 2022, it was announced that Netflix had officially acquired the rights from Sony after producing the animated shows Masters of the Universe Revelation and He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, with Kyle Allen cast as He-Man. Obviously, that is really interesting. It was also revealed that the New Brothers and David Callahan had written a new draft of the screenplay. In October 2020, Allen had stated he was working out 6 hours a day in preparation for the role. In July 2023, Netflix cancelled the film after spending $30 million in development, citing budget concerns, leading Mattel to search for a new buyer and caused the Nee brothers to no longer be the directors of the film. In November 2023, it was revealed that Amazon MGM Studios was eyeing to purchase the film rights. In February 2024, it was announced that Travis Knight was in final talks to replace the Nee brothers and become the new director of the film, with Chris Butler hired to rewrite the screenplay. In May 2024, it was officially confirmed that Knight would direct the film for Amazon MGM. Obviously, like you already see, that He-Man and the Masters of the Universe was a big project that people worked on and people really wanted, but obviously cancellations happened, and it's interesting to see how a film actually became, you know. It's interesting to see the different development years and the development stages of one film, right? So the casting, that same month, Nicholas Galitzine was cast as He-Man, replacing Allen. In August, Camila Mendes joined the cast of the film as Teela. In September, Alison Brie joined the cast as the antagonist Evelyn. Jared Leto had been offered the role of Skeletor. In November, Idris Elba joined the cast as Man-at-Arms, slash, obviously his other name, which is Duncan, right? We also have in December, Leto was confirmed for the role of Skeletor alongside Sam C. Wilson as Trapjaw, Hafthor Bjornsson as Goatman, and Kojo Atta as Triclops. Principal photography began on January the 6th, 2025 in London with Fabian Wagner serving as the cinematographer. Filming was originally scheduled for mid-July 2019 in Prague, summer 2022, and April 2023. In February 2025, Morona Bakaran, Johannes Joker Johannesson, James Purfoy, Charlotte Riley, John Xizang, Sashir Zamata, and Christian Vinipola joined the cast of the film, playing the Sorcerers of Castle Grayskull, Malcolm Fisto, King Randor, Queen Marlanas, Ramman, Susie, and Hyson, respectively. On June 15, 2025, Galatzan confirmed on his Instagram that filming had officially wrapped. And that's why I'm making this video, because I really want to talk about it, because I saw those pictures online, or I guess I saw them revealed that they actually wrapped filming on this film, and that's really nice. If the release date is still going to be next year, I'm really looking forward to it, because I still remember that first official teaser photo that they made, like with the sword and the He-Man like muscles, and I was like, damn, this looks very interesting. And I also, by that time, I was watching He-Man Revelation and He-Man Revolution, and I really liked that show. I really liked the animation, and yeah, I really liked the story overall, and that was really interesting. I still remember that trailer with He-Man Revelation, where they played, obviously, Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler. Dude, that was amazing. That was awesome.
I have the power!
And damn, I really found that trailer so fascinating. So alright, Masters of the Universe is scheduled to be released by Amazon MGM Studios in the United States on the 5th of June 2026. It was originally going to be released theatrically in the United States on March the 5th, 2021 by Sony Pictures, releasing until Uncharted briefly took over its release date. So yeah, I'm really excited, like I said, for this new film. I suppose my only complaint for this film, is don't fuck it up. Like, I love Masters of the Universe, but I know it's kind of camp, it's about this masculine man and this, sorcerers and Skeletor, this skeleton evil guy. And a lot of people just know that it's just crazy, but it looks like, it's going to be good, hopefully. I'm not quite sure, like, I just hope that it's going to be good, because as a fan of films myself, and as a fan of like specific IPs, I'm a big fan how they're going to make this film. Like, I was really thrilled to see this teaser photo with the sword. I was really excited to watch that trailer with Holding Out for a Hero, thanks to obviously Masters of the Universe Revelation. And I'm really thrilled to actually see this film in theaters, and I hope it's going to be good. Like, I really hope so. So yeah, there we go. That's pretty much it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Just let me know down in the comments down below what you thought of my reaction on this new live action film. If you're also thrilled about it, just let me know down in the comment section below. And I guess, guys, I'll see you later. Goodbye, everyone. Or should I say, by the power of Grayskull.